Hello, my dear students. Very good morning to each one of you. Hope so you all are fine. Welcome to the world of chemistry and welcome to this digital classes under theme Samay 10 se 12 wala Har Ghar Bane Pathshala. This is your chemistry period and we are doing unit 3 classification of element and periodicity property in element. Today's topic is Mendeleev's periodic law. But before going to start the topics, dear students, there are some important information to you. So I will give those information in the end of this video. So keep watching this video full and go through all the topics carefully. Okay, so let's start. Before going to start, let's start with the positive mindset. Dear students, success occurs when your dreams get bigger than your excuses. Yes, success doesn't come easily while your excuses are bigger than this. Your excuses are a bigger barrier in our success, and success occur when your dreams and are becoming big enough to overblame your excuses. It is more easier to blame other for why you are not where you want to be in life than it is in our mind. Also, you need to change something to become successful person. There are no person is perfect in this world. When your dreams become bigger than your excuses, then desire to succeed and make dreams come true will overshadow all the excuses in the world. So no dream is impossible, but you have to get out of your own ways to stop making excuses if you want to become successful in anything. You want to achieve anything, then you need to be leave the excuses and you need to be overshadow the excuses and move forward. Okay, so with this mindset, now I'm going to start the unit 3. The name of the unit 3 is classification of element and periodicity in property. Already we have done, so it will come of 3 marks in exam. So there are the basic sessions objectives that we will finish today. Why do we need to classify? Dominier tried, Newland's law of octave already we did, Lothermeyer volume curve, Mendeleev periodic table. This is our topic today, and modern periodic table. So in the end there are IPEC nomenclature for element above 100 also. So let's start. It is already we have done. In recapitulation, let's discuss about the history of classification of elements. As the classification of elements, the arranging of elements into different groups on the basis of the similarities in their properties is called classification of elements. The classification of similar elements into group make the study of element easier, and there are about 114 or 118 elements known so far. So this was why we are going to classify the elements. Answer of that question. Second, early attempt of classification in elements. In the earlier days, the first classification of elements were grouping the known elements, about 30 elements were known that time, into 2 groups only, that is metal and non-metal. But the defect in this classification was that it had no place for metalloid, which is element which have properties of both metal as well as non-metal, which were discovered later. So the periodic classification of elements, then we have find there are periodic classification of elements. Generally in this chapter we are talking about 4 periodic classification of element, that is Dauvergne tried, Mendeleev's periodic law, Newland's law of octave, Niels Bohr's long form of periodic table. So generally we have started Mendeleev's periodic table already, and in this particular class we will talk Mendeleev's periodic table. Let's recall and revise law of triad. What was the law of triad? According to law of triad, elements were placed in group of 3 and they were called triad. They were placed in the increasing order of atomic mass. But there were some limitations. Only a few elements were classified. All the elements hasn't classified in that triad. That's why it was failed. And due to this next law, that is Newland's law of octave came, the elements were placed in increasing order of their atomic weight, and it was noted that every 8th element and property similar to the first element. The relationship was just like every 8th note is resembling with the first in octave of music, like sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. So sa is again 8th note of the music which is repeating. Similar way he placed the elements according to the in that way every 8th element was coming like the first element. Every 8th property was similar to the first property. So but the limitation was there. At that time 56 elements were discovered, but he has follow this system was only applicable up to calcium only. Okay, that was also. So basic of classification are these are example. Table 5.2 is example of Dauvergne triad. All these basic 9 elements he classified, and table 5.3 is the Newland's octave on the basis of sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. So noble gases were not placed at that time, it was not known. So in future when noble gases discovered, so this classification was failed to explain. So then after Dauvergne triad and Newland's failure or demerits, one more classification, that is that periodic law, that is Dmitry Mendeleevs has given. Although he was known as the father of periodic table, there was a reason why he was known as the father of periodic table. He was the first scientist who has proposed proper model of periodic table in which groups and periods were there. Okay, so the property of the elements are the periodic function of their atomic weight. Although this periodic table was also on the basis of atomic mass, all these three periodic tables were on the basis of atomic mass, but in this particular periodic table he took priority. He has given the priority to periodic function rather than the atomic weight. So Mendeleev arranged elements in horizontal rows and vertical column. These horizontal rows and vertical columns are known as groups and periods on the basis of increasing atomic mass in such a way that the element with similar property occupy the same vertical column and group. Dear students, already you have done this chapter in 10th class. I have taught you in 10th class in periodic classification of elements. So still we are doing again, so please watch the video carefully and try to understand each and everything. Next is Mendeleev's left gaps under silicon and aluminum, and those were known as Ica aluminum and Ica silicon later on. This was also one of the greatest contribution of this periodic law. Later it was discovered that Ica aluminum had properties similar to the gallium, and the gallium discovered due to the Ica aluminum, and the germanium discovered due to the Ica silicon. So according to modern periodic law now, the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic function of their atomic number. The physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic function of their atomic number. Okay, so modern form of periodic table was discovered by Henry Moseley, and this is after this. So next is the periodic law revealed important analogy among the 94 natural occurring elements, Neptune, plutonium. This is about the modern periodic table. This is recap and revisualization I am doing. So next, in detail, Mendeleev's periodic table. This was the basis of Mendeleev periodic table. Although you have 10th book, so you can watch this, you can go through this table from the 10th book also. In this table it is very clear, there are 0 group and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total 0 plus 8. So total 9 groups are there, in which first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh have subgroup also. First 7 have subgroup also, A and B, and 8th one is having 3 group which is carrying lanthanide or actinide series. So in detail we will discuss first periodic table. Mendeleev's boldly proposed that these blank spaces, which is blank spaces here, these are blank spaces, you can see these are blank spaces. These blank spaces would be filled by element that had not yet been discovered. So this was the biggest, these are the blank spaces, this is the biggest contribution according to Newland's law, Mendeleev's periodic table, in that some of the undiscovered elements also got some place. So it was expected that that time some of the elements are need to be discovered in future. So Mendeleev was even able to use the pattern in his table to predict the property of these undiscovered elements also. The first periodic table of the element was published in 1869. The first periodic table of the element was published in 1869. So there are basically here to only 12 periods they have given, but 8 groups. But generally it is like this way. This is the exact and correct form of periodic table. Go through this table. Here basic 9 groups are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One is here 0. That is not given here. The first table which you studied, this one, this is the most correct, because here 9 periodic table period groups are there, and generally 6 periods are there. All the 6 periods, 4th, 5th, 6th also having 2 series. This is these 2 series. 4th, 5th, 6th also having 2 series, in which one is up, one is down, and first and second have 2 group like A and B. You can see. So A is this side and B is this side. Okay, so please go through this periodic table very carefully. If I will take a little bit detail, all the elements are placed according to atomic mass, and group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 had A and B. So it is giving, this periodic table has given us information about oxides and hydroxide also, which is very important. Oxides and hydroxide also. So group 1, all those elements which is in group 1, all the metals which is in group 1, that is giving in oxide 2 type, like metal 2O type of formula, like hydrogen H2O, Li2O, K2O, Cu2O, like this way. And for hydride it is giving simple M and H, like HH, H2, LiH. Okay, these are some of the formula, you can go through it. Second, second group member is giving RO, simple, like if I'll take example of CaO, calcium oxide, this is in this group. So in this group, whatever metals are there, that will give formula of CaO type formula, okay. And with hydrogen, it will give CaH2 type formula. It is given here CaH2 type formula. So BeH2 type formula. So this is one of the great contribution of this periodic table. We come to know the exact formula of oxides and hydride with the help of this group. So third group will give M2O3 type, yeah, MH3 type. Fourth group will give MO2 like CO2, SiO2, we know carbon dioxide, RH2 like CH4, sorry, hydride, okay. So R2O5, fifth group, RH3, RO3, RH2, R2O7, RH, RO4. So with the help of these groups help us to find out the formula of oxides and formula of hydrides, okay. So this was also one of the contribution, but as there was so many merits, chalo, before going to discuss the merit and demerits, let's talk about the properties. Property of some elements predicted by Mendeleevs, in which Ica aluminum is there. Ica aluminum is there. Ica aluminum is further in future. Right now, nowadays, it is known as gallium, discovered in 1875. Ica boron is known as nowadays scandium, 1877. Ica silicon nowadays known as germanium. So in Mendeleev's periodic table, the name of these metals, gallium, scandium, germanium, was Ica aluminum, Ica boron, Ica silicon, which is in between the aluminum and like this, okay. So these are their properties. Generally, you just have a look and keep it in your mind, okay. So these are some of the properties of some elements that is predicted by Mendeleev, but in future it got proper place. So what was the base of Mendeleev periodic table? Basic base of Mendeleev periodic table was 2. There was atomic mass, number 1. This periodic table was on the basis of atomic mass. Number 2, this periodic table is on the basis of similarity of chemical properties after an interval of time. So all the elements which is coming in the same group have somewhere same property. Suppose these are the member of same group. So it means that these all elements have some properties. These are halogen, these are noble gas. So all these have some basic property interrelated with each other. There are some relation in their chemical property. That was the base of this Mendeleev periodic table. So Mendeleev periodic table is on the basis of 2 facts: atomic mass and similar in chemical properties. Mendeleev's periodic law, the physical and chemical properties of element are the periodic function of their atomic mass. So prediction of elements. First contribution was prediction of element. If you observe the third column, this is, and fifth row, this is. So now you will see some of the gap is there, and that dash there proves his genius. He made a very bold statement: we all haven't discovered this element yet. In the meantime, I am going to give it a name. It is one step from aluminium, so I will call it Ica aluminum. This was the statement from Mendeleev, in which Ica being one in the Sanskrit. Ica mean one of the Sanskrit, one more like copy of the silicon, okay. So this is the gap where future discovered elements will be placed. So summary of Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev periodic table is Mendeleev arranged them on known at that time 63 elements in order to their increasing atomic mass, and observed regularity in the properties of element. Among chemical property, mainly considered oxides and hydroxide, which I have discovered explained you in proper way. That is among chemical properties. Even physical properties, Mendeleev periodic table contribution was there. He has given the physical property as well as some chemical properties relation also in the form of oxides and hydrides. Mendeleev periodic law, known as physical and chemical properties of element, are periodic function of their periodic mean that after interval of time. Function mean relation, same type of their atomic mass. Achievements were more systematic and easy approach was there. Correction of atomic mass of few element on the basis of position of elements in periodic table was there, and Mendeleev corrected atomic mass of few elements, okay. So why the Dmitry Mendeleev known as father of periodic table? This question can be there. So within 16 years of Mendeleev's first periodic table, chemists had discovered all 3 of the missing elements, scandium, gallium and germanium, because as Mendeleev has put one hint that there can be some more elements which will be discovered in future. So within 16 years, those few 3 important metal has discovered. Those were scandium, gallium and germanium in place of aluminum, Ica silicon and Ica boron, and their properties were very close to what Mendeleev had predicted. So this was his contribution. So they call him the father of periodic table, as he has given birth to so many elements, and his work gave rise to another kind of label. It is the name of element number 101 in honor of this man they call Mendeleevium. So 101 elements name is given on the basis of this Mendeleev, that is called Mendeleevium. So this is the reason why Dmitry Mendeleev is known as father of periodic table. So dear students, this is all about from today. Hope so you understood the Venn triad, Newton's law of Mendeleev's periodic table in detail. So thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. This is from my side. But now I'm going to reveal the most important information, dear students. As per direction of our Bardi principal sir, as per direction of government of Himachal Pradesh, all the schools are going to be taken and rest, and this is your summer holidays which we were giving in July. Now in place of July, the summer holidays has declared from today onward till 31st May. Once again I am going to repeat. So now your holidays has declared. You will not get regular classes, and now after 1st June our regular period will going to start. So you have summer vacations from today to 31st May. But some of the assignments we are giving you to keep yourself regular in touch with the studies. But dear students, one appeal I want to make here. The reason to give the holidays is, yes, this is compensation of that loss which we are doing due to this lockdown in studies. But one more genuine reason is there, that is nowadays due to these digital classes, online classes, we people are using this mobile in excess. So to reduce that, to overcome that problem, to protect our eyesights, to keep our mind relax from these kind of waves or radiations. So it is my humble appeal from you. Please reduce the use of mobile during these holidays. Use your quality time in other physical fitness or any other creative work, painting, singing, or gossiping with your family. You just stay away from this mobile. So for that purpose we are giving you a little bit break. But some of the assignment we are giving for chemistry, suppose all the videos are there in YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. You can go through. Some of the students I know they joined us late. So for them, you can request me. As per your request, I will share my videos to you. But per day, one video you have to see. Per day, one video. Right? Start from the beginning, from the first unit again. And try to make a small note, brief of 5 minutes of 1 or 2 pages. If suppose this video you have watched today. So now write a 5-minute small note on your notebook. This was the video, topic, date, and these are the following things that discussed in this video. Okay, the brief note on the whatever videos you are going to watch. Okay, so if still you have facing some problem, so I am always available here. You can call me, you can ask me, and I will help you anytime. Okay, so till then, stay home, stay safe again. Now that condition of Himachal is also going to become very much risky. More than 100 cases are there of COVID-19. First case of Kullu also we got yesterday. This was a bad news, but now you need to protect this COVID-19 corona. Our India is on the 3rd stage. Now community spreading is there. So please ask your parents also to, whenever they are going out, to use mask, use sanitizer, take care of yourself and your family. Okay, so thank you. Now till then, one more information. In between we will ask you to